there's no resurrection. We don't have to take a messenger seriously. Not because it's too impossible to believe. Well, I have no sense of urgency to believe in such a thing, because you believe in this life that nobody's ever seen, and nobody's ever come back and told me that, it works out pretty well, or it's pretty bad out there, or whatever. I don't know. So I'm not going to stake this little life that I have to party, I'm not going to give that up for just your message. There's another rationale among some group of people. Is that rationale still exist? Absolutely. There are people who live their lives like this. Their ultimate goal in life is pleasure. That's the ultimate goal they have in their life. وَلَوْ تَرَى إِذْ وُقِفُوا عَلَى رَبِّهِمْ. If you could only see. Is the seeing being mentioned a lot here? Right? You could only see. إِذْ وُقِفُوا عَلَى رَبِّهِمْ. When they're made to stand in front of their master. The previous group was made to stand in front of the fire. Now these guys are standing in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. And before they're thrown in fire, Allah asked them, قَالَ أَلَيْسَ هَذَا بِالْحَقِّ. This isn't truth? This isn't real to you? As you said, there's no such thing, you used to laugh about it. Is it real enough for you now? قَالُوا بَلَى. They said, of course, why not? وَرَبِّنَا, we swear to our master. قَالَ فَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابِ. Then he'll say, go taste the punishment. You wanted to taste the luxury of life, right? Go, taste it. Here's what you get. فَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابِ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْفُرُونَ. Because of the continuous disbelief that you engaged in. قَدْ خَسِرَ الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِلِقَاءِ اللَّهِ. Those who lied against the meeting of Allah, the meeting with Allah, that is to say, or meeting Allah, they lied against meeting Allah, have bankrupted themselves. حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَتْهُمْ السَّاعَةُ. Until the hour comes to them, the moment comes to them, بَغْتَةً, without warning. بَغْتَةً, out of nowhere. They didn't expect it coming. I mean, Judgment Day, when it comes, I know before we even talk about Judgment Day, مَنْ مَاتَ فَقَدْ قَامَتْ قِيَامَتُهُ. Whoever dies, his qiyamah has come already. You don't have to wait for Judgment Day to worry about judgment. We have to worry about our own time. There's two ajal, right? Remember that? ثُمَّ قَضَى أَجَلًا وَأَجَلٌ مُسَمًّى. There's two ajal. One ajal is my own, and the other ajal is for everybody all together. Now in this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jalla says the hour will come all of a sudden. Two things come all of a sudden. The destruction of nations come all of a sudden. The destruction of nations come all of a sudden without warning. And the Day of Judgment will come all of a sudden. You can imagine it will be just like any other day. Traffic, radio's going on, people are watching movies, sitting in a movie theater, some mom's feeding her baby in her home. Everything's going on like normal. And she takes out the spoon from the cereal, and she's reaching the mouth of her child, but before she reaches the mouth of her child, Judgment Day has begun. It's just a normal day. Somebody's sitting there typing an email, before they click the next button, before they hit send, before they hit the next key, Judgment Day has begun. It'll just be another day, it'll come without warning. There won't be any forecasts. Subhanallah. وَلَيَأْتِيَنَّهُمْ بَغْتَةً قَالُوا يَا حَسْرَتَنَا. They will then say, oh my God, what horrible regret we have. Hasra, regret. Oh my God. And hasratana, this is a difficult thing in Arabic to translate. Because nowadays, unlike old languages, this is not just true of Arabic, it's true of many old languages. In old languages, you had the ability to express your emotions with words more. And in newer languages, we just have, oh my God. Oh, that's all we have. We don't really have words. Like, we find the word, Ya laytana. Ya laytana. Ya laytani kuntu turaba. Have you heard a translation of Ya laytani kuntu turaba? Woe unto me, would that I had been dust. Who talks like that anymore? Who talks like that anymore? We don't, actually, unless we're being sarcastic. We don't talk like that. Like if I tell you the exam is going to be really hard this week, woe is me. Like, that's what you do. That's sarcasm. That's not serious. Now what do we use to express our this? Oh no. Oh no. Oh man, oh man, oh man. That's what we do. Oh my God. But old languages have words for that. That's why it's really hard to translate these words. These words express emotions that today aren't expressed through just words. They are these sentiments, these facial expressions, these overwhelming emotions that capture them. This is actually why I personally argue, that ancient civilizations, we have a lot more technology than they do, but they were far more eloquent and therefore far more sophisticated thinkers than we are. In terms of communication, they were far more sophisticated. And that when you communicate at a higher level, you're a deeper thinker. They were deeper thinkers than we are. We're in that sense, in Surah Al-Rahman, Allah tells us the peak of our humanity is He taught us to be eloquent. Allamahu al-bayan. We're less eloquent, I argue that therefore we're less human than they were. Even the mushrik among them. They were more eloquent people. If you read older literature, it's deeper, it's richer, right? And you get to newer and newer literature, and it's shallower and shallower and shallower. Read old poetry in English. It's beautiful. Listen to the lyrics of a modern song in English. Jump up, jump down, go around. Raise your hands, put them down. It's kindergarten. It's so remedial. Like it melts your brain cells. Like, what is this? That's what it's become. That's reflected in language altogether. We've become less and less and less sophisticated. Now it's even hard for us to spell words properly. That's the state we reach. So then when we get to Ya Hasratana, oh, what regret I have, that doesn't communicate the meaning. It's the oh no. That's all. Those are the only words we have now. Ma farratna fiha. Ala ma farratna fiha. Over the shortcomings we had in it, meaning in this life. Farrata yufarritu tafrit and afrata yufritu ifrat. There are two words in Arabic that are opposite meaning. Farrata means to fall short of what you were supposed to do. To do less than what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to pray 5 times, you only prayed 3 times. You're supposed to you fast in Ramadan, you didn't fast in Ramadan, you fell short. You were supposed to, you were expected to do this, you fell short of the expectation. Afrata yufritu ifrat is to cross a line. You were told not to cross this line, you crossed the line. You were told you can't eat this, you ate it. You were told you can't look at that, you looked at it. This is ifrat. Here, they're talking about them not worrying about any obligations, not taking responsibility. On the one hand, you don't take responsibility. Obviously, when you're too busy partying, you got no responsibilities, right? So tafrit is highlighted. Ma farratna fiha. وَهُمْ يَحْمِلُونَ أَوْزَارَهُمْ. And they will be carrying their loads. Wizard is a heavy load. Wizard is also used for the armor that the soldiers wear. And armor for soldiers is very heavy, right? So they will be carrying their loads عَلَى ظُهُورِهِمْ on their backs. What loads? And by the way, wizard, interestingly, in Arabic, in majaz, is also used for responsibility. It's also used for carrying responsibility. Wizrun alayya. There's a load on me, meaning a responsibility I have to carry. They refuse to take responsibility in this world, and the equivalent of all of that responsibility they shut off of themselves is piled on them on Judgment Day. On their backs. عَلَى ظُهُورِهِمْ أَلَا سَاءَ مَا يَزِرُونَ. You had better know. Allah means you better hear. Listen up. Allah. سَاءَ مَا يَزِرُونَ. What a horrible load they're carrying. How horrible it is what they're carrying. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ. Worldly life is nothing but a game and entertainment. A game and entertainment. What this means in this ayah is, for these people it's nothing but this. Also it means muqaranatan. Every time Allah belittles worldly life, He always mentions the akhirah next to it. He never just says worldly life is games and entertainment. Every time in Quran you'll find that statement, you'll find akhirah next to it. Why? Compared to the akhirah, this is nothing. The punishments of this world are games and entertainment compared to the punishments of the akhirah. The joys of this life are games and entertainment compared to the joys of the akhirah. So it's always وَلَدْ دَارُ الْآخِرَةِ خَيْرٌ لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ. But let's talk about this games and entertainment for a moment. These two things, let's talk about entertainment for a second. You have a play going on. Like back in the day, they used to have theatrical plays, and somebody's playing the role of a king, and somebody's playing the role of a servant, and they're all acting out their roles. It's a 3-hour play. At the end of the play, is the king really a king? Is the servant really a servant? No. They were just role-playing. Then their reality is they're both actors, and maybe the servant is richer than the king, and their realities are entirely different. This is a show. This worldly life is just like that. Somebody's a president, somebody's a billionaire, somebody's wealthy, somebody's powerful, somebody's very poor and insignificant, nobody knows their name. But Judgment Day, their real roles are shown. Who's the celebrity with Allah is shown. We know the celebrities with the people. Who's the celebrity with Allah? We may not even know their name. We may not even know who they are.